What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, checking in for this Monday video. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope your lawns are doing great. For those that overseeded, I hope by this point you're seeing germination for sure. You're seeing that grass mature and get better and grow taller and blend in more with the mature grass. If you started from bare, I hope you haven't had many washouts. I've been there. And I just hope your lawns are doing well. And so thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to we're going to talk about lawn care, but in a different way. We're going to talk about this channel as a whole and really what I've designed this channel to be, how I feel that we're unique, and what I try to do on each and every video that I put out for you guys. So, and I want to talk about something that I was watching to help prompt me to do this video, because I think it's important. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. And so I just want to touch on that topic this Monday. If you'll give me your full attention for 10 minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to put you on the tripod. That way I got to use my hands when I talk. You guys know that. So I'm going to put you on the tripod, and I just want to speak directly to you as the viewer for 10 minutes or so. But thank you for tuning in today. This is a one-off type of video. We typically don't do videos like this per se here on the channel, but check out the content history if you are new, about overseeding, about biostimulants, about fertilizers, and what type of seed you may like, and what we're doing here on the channel. And so with that said, subscribe if you're not, give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, but let me throw you on the tripod and let's have a quick discussion here on the channel today. So thank you guys again for tuning in today. I appreciate it. We're doing this one in 4K, so I hope the quality looks good and everything like that. Let me adjust this down just a little bit. But I want to talk about something kind of unique. I call them admin videos because they're not technically lawn care type videos, but in a way they are. I was watching a video last week about it was they said YouTubers are lying to you about lawn care, and they were pointing out different things, you know, that people were saying that are lies and not true. And it was all in good nature. I'm not downplaying that channel. I'm not saying anything bad about that channel. In fact, I enjoyed the video. I liked it, I believe. And I saw several people that are in my community here on my channels. I saw them commenting. So some of you, I'm not going to mention names, but I saw some of you commenting on this video. So I know some of those in this community have watched it, but they were basically just saying, you know, putting to rest some of these things we're hearing in the community that are lies. And of course, it gets my attention when I hear YouTubers are lying. I'm on YouTube. I do videos as a hobby, and I want grass to look good, and I'm trying to help people. So, of course, my mind goes to, well, oh crap, are they talking about me? Have I said something constantly that is not true, or that I believe is true and not, and I'm feeding, and they're talking about me? If I, you know, not to get a big head and think I'm that, you know, popular, but it intrigued me. And a lot of people had watched that video, is getting upwards of over 5,000 views. So a lot of people were interested in it. And so it got me thinking, you know, I wanted to address this channel specifically, the Mr. Ferguson Lawn channel. This guy was addressing, you know, there's certain things that YouTubers are saying this, but in fact, that's a lie. This is true. And some people will say this, but that's a lie. And and so I don't know who exactly this channel was talking about. They never mention names. They're not pointing fingers at specific people, but they're just trying to put out good information. And in this day and age that we live in, guys, on YouTube, you can pull up, you know, what's the best fertilizer, and get 500,000 different people telling you, well, you need to use this, you need to use that. And so it kind of goes into, what's their motivation? Are they just trying to sell me their product, or are they really trying to help me? And that's what you're looking for as a consumer and as a person trying to gain knowledge. And it's hard. The older you get, you know, obviously there's a lot of scams that go after older people. Hey, this is such and such from such bake, and I need your account number because it looks like somebody scams you. And you hear all these grandmas and grandpa, oh my gosh, and they fall victim to scams. And so and people they perfect. I was watching, you ever watch that show on I think it's Nat Geo, called To Catch a Smuggler? I love that show. And a quote, last night I was watching it, and this guy said, you know, copper or border patrol agent, every time you catch me, you perfect my game that much more. Meaning every time you're showing me what you're looking for here at the border, I know to go this route so that they're not looking for this because they're always looking for that. So How do we tie this in, Mr. Ferguson? What are you talking about? I want to be clear, and it didn't come up in the live stream like I did, or like I thought it would. Nobody asked these questions. So I want to bring this to you today, that this channel is a vlog. It is a video journal of Mr. Ferguson and my lawn. I'm not going on here every day saying, today, guys, I'm going to educate you on why fertilizer, why you need to use urea. I'm going to educate you on why you need to use iron. I'm going to educate you on soil biology today. Today, we're going to talk about the crown of the plant and how, this does this. And we're going to talk about spreading. I don't come on here to teach you necessarily something. I'm here to show you by example, this is what I'm doing, and I'm showing you what I'm doing. And if you want to follow what I'm doing, look, I mean, just right now as I filmed this video, my lawn looks spectacular. I don't normally do this, but let me just turn and just look beside me, guys. I want you to look at this lawn. Clearly, I am doing something right. It may not be exactly what the book says when you go to college or anything, but even as we just had a nice gentle rain all morning long and it's finally ended, man, my lawn is looking absolutely spectacular. As I look at these stripes, I look at the color, and I look at my lawn, it's just gorgeous. This is exactly what I wanted 3 or 4 years ago when I stepped outside this house and said, man, I want to have a good looking lawn. I've achieved my goal and beyond it, because in the process of filming all of the things I was doing to try to get there, you guys showed up. You guys cared. You're like, hey, you should try this. Hey, do you know about that? And this channel came about. And so because of you guys, I come back and I'm saying, hey, today, this is what I'm doing. Like the last video we did, I showed you guys lime green spots in my lawn. You can see behind me, everything is color-wise looks pretty much the same. Well, when there's a big old lime spot, I don't know exactly if that's poetry. I'm not no lawn care expert. I don't go to house to house to house, in different areas and say, yep, I've seen this there. And I have a history of all the stuff I did. I worked for a lawn company and I did this. I don't have that knowledge or experience. All I know is Mr. Ferguson sees a big bright lime spot out here. That's ugly, and I'm going to remove it. I don't care if it's Poa annua, Poa triv, or just a different cultivar that slipped into my grass seed that looks weird. I'm going to pull it out, and I know that if I don't do it by the roots, it's going to come back. So it's just common sense things to me. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is this channel is not designed to educate you on lawn care. I'm more of a, this is what I'm doing. Hey, let's see if this works. Let's see if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes I bring videos to you guys and say, guys, I screwed up this time. Look at this. Remember the time I got, I think it was last year, the time I went up the street and got some dirt to be able to level out down here by the shed area. The guy gave me dirt full of rocks and everything, and I'm like, don't do this. Don't get spoil. He's like, oh yeah, I got some spoil from the field. It don't have a lot of rock. It had rocks, root. It was terrible. And I told you guys, it's terrible. And I used some of the dirt and filtered it out the best I could back here, but it was a terrible idea. And there's been plenty of, the idea that I had about even overseeding with tenacity and trying to do tenacity applications twice, and that was a terrible idea. And I stopped and I said, guys, don't need to do this. Please don't do this. I don't want anybody hurting their lawn. I have bad ideas sometimes, and sometimes but I bring it to you because this is my lawn, and whatever I do here, if I decide to burn all of this beautiful grass, that's my choice. I can do that if I want to. It's my lawn. You can do whatever you want in your lawn. But what I want to get across to you guys is, please don't ever come to my channel and think, well, Mr. Ferguson said this, so it is the gospel of lawn care because Mr. Ferguson said it. And I can get sucked into that Pete and LCN, and those are big time YouTubers. I'm not saying I'm on their level, but Elevated Lawns is a great channel, and Turf Therapy and Budget Lawns and Ryan Knorr and Connor Ward. There's all these different guys out there. I look up to all of them. They all are probably far more educated than I am. But what I want to relay to you guys, and I think you know this as my community, is that I just try to vlog. This is what I'm doing today. I show you what I do, and this is the result. I mean, I must be doing something right. Like, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but if I have a lawn that is gorgeous, beautiful, and what I set out to have, something that I'm doing is the correct thing to do. And some people that's starting from scratch, I know I can at least help them because I've made it to this level to where I've got a beautiful looking lawn right now. And so that's one of the things I wanted to express to you guys, that this is a journey, and it's a continued journey. It's like an MMO. If you've played video games before, they've got games that you just play, and when you beat the last level, the game's over because you played every level. Then they've got games that are out, like the game I was addicted to for many years called Destiny. It's a never-ending ending story. There's always new content because of the power of the internet. They're able to, you have new downloads and new updates to the game, and now there's new levels, a new adventure, a new mission, a new thing to conquer in the game, and it's never ending game, and people get sucked into it and they spend lots of money, and it's called an MMO. It's a game that never ends. This channel is like a channel that will never end until the day I say, I've had it. You know, I'm tired of having nice grass. It's too much work, or I can't afford it, or we're moving from this house. Whatever it may be, until I decide to hang it up, this channel will continue to go. And as I go, my goal is to try to be educated through people like I just mentioned, from other YouTubers, through the lawn care plan. I know, and I'm just going to put this out there, I know sometimes people can say, well, Alan Hain, he's just trying to sell things, or maybe people say Pete Denny is trying to sell things. I don't know, but I do hear some of these things slightly, and you know, in the grapevine sometimes. I'll just put this out there. If it wasn't for Alan Hain, I would not have the lawn that I have today, because it's Alan Hain. I bought his little $20 lawn care plan and began to read it and educate and get the basics from him. And I applied what he told me and his videos in my lawn here in North Carolina, and I have this lawn. Then I began to find Pete because he was in North Carolina, and I began to listen to both of these guys. And I mention it all the time, but if you're new and you don't know these things, this is how Mr. Ferguson got started. And so why do I quote Pete Denny? Why do I quote Alan Hain? Why do I lean on those guys? Because I have the lawn that I have today because of those guys. Not that they came up here and we had a meeting and did it. I did it all myself through their help and through their knowledge. So I just wanted to talk to you guys briefly today about that this is not a channel where if Mr. Ferguson says something wrong, a lot of times people in the comments say, Mr. Ferguson, you sure about that? You might want to research that. And I try to do my best to research what I'm about to talk about before I come out here. One of my pet peeves is I hate to come out here and talk about something I have no idea what I'm talking about, especially when I'm doing midweek quickies. I'm talking about the gospel. I'm talking about scriptures. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't need to go there with scriptures and bring that on the internet, or matter of fact, for anything. So if I don't know what I'm talking about in regards to PGR, we're talking about growth regulators. A lot of people have been mentioning this to me. I've not done the research on that yet. So I don't get out here on video and say, this is what, you know, this is what you should do. This is how you should pick your growth regulator, because I don't know anything about that yet. I'm still young and learning about these things. So I just wanted to put that out there to my viewers, to my channel, that if I ever say something that is wrong, please don't take Mr. Ferguson's word as the gospel. I give you the best advice I can via the internet. I try to respond to all of your comments. I hope you guys get that I am passionate about having a nice lawn, but I try to keep it right here to my lawn, because this is what I'm doing here. And if you take the basic principles that I'm showing you that I'm doing here, and you're doing the basic fert, and you're doing the overseeding, and you're doing a core aeration to loosen compaction when it's necessary, that Mr. Ferguson's not trying to just sell you a product to make a business or a side hustle off of you, or with the channel memberships or anything like that. My goal is not to milk you guys for money. My goal is to have somebody come to my channel and say, hey, I just bought this house. I have no idea what to do with my lawn. He can go through my content history and say, well, this guy did it. Wow, holy crap, look what this guy started with. He smoked off his entire backyard. It was nothing, and now he has a beautifully double striped lawn of tall fescue in North Carolina, where most of the houses around me have warm season grasses. So that's my goal. I want to help people, and that's my goal. I may never go to these conventions for big time mowers or equipment up in wherever that's at, Connecticut, or wherever all these YouTubers gather and go to the conference. I may never get invited to such a thing. I may never go to such a thing, because I'm just a guy in North Carolina that's trying to help new to lawn care people get started. And what are the basics? And you can do this on your own. If you have a desire, you can do it. And so I hope that makes sense. And I hope you guys hear the passion in my voice, and I've helped you in some way. By the comments that I see sometimes, I have helped 1 or 2 or 5 people out there. And if that's the only people I ever help, this channel has been worth it, and it's fun, and I enjoy doing it. But I never want to bring you disinformation or misinformation. I always want to kind of know what I'm talking about. I may go out there, and if I don't know, I mention it to you guys. So I hope you've picked up on that, and I hope you understand what this channel is about. And we're different. We're different from other channels out there on YouTube, that we're not here to educate you. We're here to show you. It's just not just about talking about things. It's about showing you that I put my money where my mouth is, and I put my money where where my lawn is, because if it looks like crap, then clearly this guy don't know what he's talking about. So I tried to show you what it looks great. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing biostimulants. I'm doing humic coated urea this year, trying that to see how it is. And when things don't work out, we need to point it out. We need to discuss it. So, and I hope you'll stay around and subscribe. And again, sometimes your comments, man, they pick me up. They help me to say, hey, keep going, keep showing them. It's not a waste of time to drag your camera around and show them how you mow and how you stripe and how you're putting down fert and show them this and that. It's not a waste of time. Even though I could be doing other things with my family and my kids, sometimes it's you guys I've got a commitment to, just like live stream night. Man, my dad was like, you want to play 9 holes? It's like, I got a live stream. I got to do it at 6:30, but man, I love to play golf. But hey, I committed to you guys, so I want to be committed when I said I'm committed. So thank you for watching today. Hit the video if you like it, if it makes sense. Comment below your thoughts. Mr. Ferguson, you can improve here. Mr. Ferguson, I appreciate this. Mr. Ferguson, hey, whatever your thoughts are, leave them down below, please. And it helps me, it encourages me. And if there's things that you're like, man, you really need to change this, maybe it's just my blabbing all the time. I know I can ramble on, and I'm working on that. And so maybe I need to edit out the blabbing sometime, but leave your comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that makes sense. Hope you guys have a great Monday. We'll get back to lawn care. We'll talk about this lawn again on Wednesday. So tune in then, check out the midweek quickie on the Mr. Ferguson blog channel, and check out the memberships if you are interested in those things, as well as the super things. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your day. God bless.